Have you ever had such a strange or vivid or powerful dream that you wake up the next morning feeling different, if not feeling like a different person, or just generally disoriented and unsure about what life is or how life is going, or how you have looked at life before and it looks different now, and you're a little, whether it be on the fence or in the clouds or just popping question marks out of your pores. So yeah, dreams and ideas, right? Daydreams or night dreams or ideas, these can happen. And I like to call it, among other things, I like to call it shaking the snow globe, right? Because you can just be living life the way that it is. Things are falling as they fall, sitting as they sit, and then your worldview, your snow globe, your world globe gets shaken, and not only are things not settled, they're up in the air, but you're also seeing things that were settled, but in different ways, at different angles. So in theory, you could be seeing the same things, but through different, again, angles, perspectives, approaches, and you realize that this life is not what you thought it was. So it's being shooken, being shaken at your core, and just feeling that bit of unease. But not only is that natural, it's necessary, because I'm sure that you've experienced it already, whether or not you've acknowledged it consciously, this concept that being comfortable for too long is just not a good thing. Having routines going on for too long is not a good thing. Having things be predictable to the point where you lose your lust for life, not a good thing. Ooh, bless you. Thank you. That's a meme. That's a meme, by the way. I'm not absolutely insane. So we get shaken up, whether it be through dreams or through ideas or through things happening in our waking life. Somebody says something, somebody does something, you say something, you do something, in a moment, in either the heat of the moment or losing your cool, right, etc., where we lose ourselves. But this is kind of what the video is getting at, but we gain new aspects of ourselves. We gain more of ourselves as a result of temporarily losing ourselves, losing our ground, losing our footing, having things being shaken up. We lose that comforts, we lose that stability, but it's all temporary, such as life, right? C'est la vie. These are normal aspects of living a life. Now, through this video and through other videos, I may be saying things that you, to an extent, already know, but I'm bringing it up. I'm adding to it. I'm making a sort of a whirlwind, a funnel of sorts. I'm integrating these things so that you could see that not only is it all connected, but there's always more to the story. So we would be wise as I'm saying to myself as well, we would be wise to say that knowing something is not the whole picture. The map is not the territory. We need to approach everything from very many angles so that we become more well-rounded, more worldly, but also have this mindset that is assimilating, that is integrative of various schools of thought, various nodes of wisdom, Eastern wisdom, Western wisdom, the modern, the contemporary, with the ancient, and everything in between, to see that all of these things are connected. So let's get back down to the zooming in of getting shaken up and having that be a good thing. And to quote lyrics from a Fish song, dare I quote Fish, and lose all credibility. I come unglued while in midair and learn to reform limb by limb. And if anybody's ever gone on these, whether it be journeys through psychedelics or through breath work, intense body work, that is what happens. You come unglued, but it's by design, it's for a purpose, it's on purpose. You come unglued, and then you reform limb by limb, and as you're reforming limb by limb, you're coming to appreciate each limb. You're coming to appreciate each connection point, right? And I would go further as to say, to come unglued while in midair, right? While in limbo, while in the abyss of sorts, and learn to reform subatomic particle by subatomic particle, but we'll just say atom by atom, right? And there are things in the ether, right? The space between the atoms, the protons, the electrons, the neutrons. There's life in the space in between all of those things, but we don't have to get in there. For the sake of simplicity and effective analogy, come unglued while in the abyss and learn to reform atom by atom, and come to appreciate each reformation, right? And in the appreciation, in the observation, in the basking of it all, in the presence of it all, in the being in the moment of it all. And you can do this without, intense work, without psychedelics, without drugs. You can do it while being completely sober and completely relaxed. These are just those approaches are alternative approaches. You can do this anywhere at any time. It works best when you're dedicating the time. You're not doing it like in between, whether it be in between jobs, events, activities, etc. Even though you could do it in theory while driving, but in general, just sitting in a relaxed state. You don't even have to close your eyes. You can just look out a freaking window and just appreciate all that arises, and get to a point where you're emotionally neutral and you're just existing. You're breathing, you're existing, and you're just acknowledging and appreciating what's coming forth. And you can have these general contemplations of like, wow, I'm made of these like trillions of atoms, these billions of cells, all of these organisms, right? The physical and the metaphysical. Just like, wow, all of this is going on, and I'm like being sustained. I'm alive and being sustained. It's amazing. And then when you're out and about in your daily activities, the coming unglued, the shaking the snow globe, can happen while in conversation with someone, while driving, while doing work, while in between all of these things, and you just have a wild thought, or somebody's doing a wild thing, and you're coming unglued, and your snow globe is getting shaken, and it's disruptive, and it's uncomfortable. I acknowledge that. Yet, at the same time, the jostling of it all, the coming unglued, the getting shaken up, it's good, because you're viewing aspects of yourself that were otherwise settled and in the background. So this is all for a purpose. I think I've said enough on this topic. Thank you for watching the video. Stay good, stay true, stay vibing. Think about it, feel about it, do about it, vibe about it. Vibe about it. Think about it, feel about it, do about it, vibe about it. Alright, I'll catch you later.